Captain's Log, October 31st, 2024. Happy Halloween. Oh my god, I knew the month of October was going to be crazy, and I actually scaled back I cut a few things out in order to try and, you know, not be quite so overwhelmed. Because at one point, I was supposed to go on an overnight thing with Carl somewhere. I had gotten to Ohio, I hadn't finished unpacking my stuff yet, and I just couldn't. Just the thought of packing an overnight bag, I was like, I can't pack a bag. I haven't even unpacked. I don't want to get back on the road. Anyways, basically my month began with me going through Memphis and Arkansas to get to Ohio, and then I was in Ohio for a few weeks to spend time with Carl, but I had some medical appointments up there. I've got doctors in both states, slowly transferring most of them over. That's a struggle. And anyways, after Ohio, I made my way back. I made my way south to Hot Springs, Arkansas. I just wrapped up teaching a session of digital photography. Thankfully, it ended like a week before this conference that I had to work. And then I've been doing all this last minute, just so much work on this photo education conference that I've been helping to plan. And it hasn't been all me. I have a great team of people that I've been working with and stuff, but it was a lot. And it was just really stressful. I'm still new to doing this stuff, and I think part of that newness and everything. It's I just have a lot of extra anxiety. I think next year will be easier. I won't have as much anxiety because I've been through this, and I'll just know, it's going to work out. It's going to be okay. And the conference turned out great. It was really great. It was so fantastic getting to hang out with photo education people, meet new people, reconnect with old friends, be in a new space. I'd never been to Hot Springs, Arkansas before. It was really charming. It had a very unique feel and look to it. And the only thing I can really compare it to is it reminds me a little bit of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, except Gatlinburg is hillbilly touristy stuff, and Hot Springs is swanky touristy, presidents and gangsters all used to go to Hot Springs to bathe in the waters, and athletes and stuff. And so it has some cool history. So I did my conference, and I drove all that way, so I wanted to see the area. I stayed a few extra nights, and I don't know, I had some drama at one of the hotels I was at that still isn't resolved, but we'll see. I've submitted my complaints and stuff, and we'll see what happens. But anyways, I've posted a few videos about this before, but I'm going to talk about this in this one a little bit, because now I'm kind of at liberty to be a little more open, and also I'm feeling more encouraged. So Carl and I have had an open relationship for not quite 2 years now. We talked about it for a long time before finally agreeing to it. And I just celebrated my 1 year anniversary with my boyfriend Alex. So Alex, he's currently living with us because we're just in this state of transition. He was in Florida. I kind of miss I don't miss driving to Florida, but I miss having access to the beach. He's in Florida. Right now, he's just kind of in transition with me until I get settled somewhere or whatever. But anyways, he was with me because we're all staying together. And so was in Ohio, came to Hot Springs. Now I'm back in Alabama. All three of us are in Alabama right now, at least for a few weeks. And I added a few nights after the conference to get to explore. And then we stopped in Memphis yesterday, or technically the day before yesterday, to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, have an anniversary redo, because the first one didn't go too great. Alex is a vet, and he has very severe PTSD, and so things often do not go the way that we hope they will go, but we get through it. Anyways, I was really encouraged and felt supported, at least in a sense, at the conference. I wasn't originally planning for Alex to be with me at it so that I wouldn't be distracted and I could focus. And when decided for him to stick around so that we could explore together after the conference. At first, I was like, am I gonna? I was like, okay, well, we can't walk together. You know, some of these people have known me for a while. They know about my husband. I don't want to have to answer questions or people to, you know, just assume the worst, you know, which is what a lot of people do. Hello, Kitty. My cat's at my feet. You know, and so at first I was like, okay, we'll minimize our contact. But then I started thinking about it like that same day, and I was like, no, I'm not, you know, like I'm not going to hide you. You know, that's not my thing. My thing is honesty and transparency. You know, the only reason that I've been a little more quiet about Alex is to, you know, because even though Carl and I talked about this for ages, there's a difference between talking about something and mentally being there and then actually experiencing it and processing it and being okay with it and all these other levels. And not just Carl and I, and even Alex, like we've all needed time to process this new dynamic and just all of the, I mean, interesting. I mean, like there's pros and challenges. Honestly, I feel like there's more pros than challenges, but it's not always easy, especially when, you know, you're embracing a lifestyle or something like that you know, not only is different from the norm, but that a lot of people have a problem with or say they have a problem with. And I just wanted to mention that, you know, when I encountered people at the conference and I introduced Alex to them, and, you know, it's like, this is my boyfriend, you know, like we're on our open relationship. This is all, you know, like above board basically, or whatever. Like that people were very supportive. And that's meant a lot to me because honestly, I've been really afraid. Like I want to share things. I want to talk about things because I think it's interesting uh, to, to explore things that other people aren't exploring, or to talk about things that other people aren't talking about. But, you know, once again, waiting to kind of figure out, it's like you got to see how things are going to work out before you talk about them. And then just also, you know, respecting everybody's like feelings and stuff. For instance, you know, Carl doesn't like to talk like I talk. Carl doesn't want people asking him questions and all this kind of stuff. I mean, honestly, I think one of the things that makes Carl the most uncomfortable is just worried about you know, what other people are going to think. You know, like it's just a reminder that honestly, and this is for all of us, whatever the thing is you're dealing with, our fears are almost always worse than they actually are. And like, you know, the voice in our head is like the worst critic, or is imagining the worst. We have like so much anxiety, we're so worried about what people might think and all this kind of stuff, that instead of living and just being ourselves or being open, that, you know, we hold things in, we bottle it up, and then it makes us sick with like stress and anxiety and stuff. Anyways, all that to say is I will be making more videos and sharing a little bit more openly, you know, about my life and about this interesting facet that we've been exploring, and the challenges and the pros and all that kind of stuff. It's like I'm trying to find that line between like I want to talk about it because I think it's interesting, but I don't want to like shove it at people's faces either. But then if it's something that really bothers you, then maybe we shouldn't be friends. It's okay to, you know, you can still care about people. You don't have to be, you know, you don't have to be Facebook buddies. You know, just because you're not Facebook friends with someone, just because you're Facebook friends with someone and then you unfriend them, it doesn't mean that you can't still be nice and wish each other the best in public and stuff. And I think I'm finally to that point in my life where instead of trying to be friends with everyone and make everyone happy and constantly worrying about how other people are feeling and what they're thinking, I'm finally to this point where I am just like, I just want to be myself. I just want to be able to be myself. And if people like me and accept me, great. And if they don't, I wish them well and good luck on their own journeys. Let's just, you know, you can't be friends with everyone, you know, and that's okay. It's okay. It's okay not to like everyone. It's okay not to be okay with things and stuff, as long as you're not, you know, trying to control other people and stuff. So Anyways, there's my rambly log for the day. Happy Halloween, guys.